Astronauts reveal what they really think of SpaceX and Elon Musk. Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, or SpaceX, became a household name in the world after the mission of the Falcon 9 in 2010 to the International Space Station, ISS. It was founded by billionaire Elon Musk on the 6th of May 2002, with plans to make humans multiplanetary if the Earth were to become inhabitable, and also to revolutionize the aerospace industry by making affordable spaceflight a reality. Welcome to Unlimited SpaceX. But before we begin, kindly subscribe and enable notifications if you haven't already. Come on, let's get started. Following its partnership with NASA, SpaceX has been able to send 18 passengers to space in just 2 years. Propulsive landing was first perfected in the Falcon 9, but due to its size, it's unable to reach one of the goals of SpaceX, which was to transport humans and cargo commercially to Mars. This has led to the invention of the Starship, a mega rocket able to transport large payloads to space. One of the things that makes Starship unique and a future commercial spaceship is its intended rapid reusability. It's designed to carry both crew and cargo to Earth orbit, the Moon, Mars, and other planetary destinations. The Starship is currently the biggest project of SpaceX, and its estimated results should be obvious in a few more years. Elon Musk is a businessman, not an astronaut, despite being founder of SpaceX, where he has never traveled into space. Welcome back to the future, where we'll find out what astronauts really think about SpaceX. Chris Hadfield, Canadian astronaut and former commander of the International Space Station, shared how ambitious SpaceX's plans are on BBC Newsnight. He said that SpaceX had surpassed expectations and delivered consistently by moving incredibly fast. Back in 2017, he had mentioned that the timelines were impossible. I think what Elon also recognizes are that there are moments in history when things come together. We would never have put people on the moon if it had not been for the combination of the occurrences at that time. His idea of reusability that keeps getting better at every launch has significantly reduced the cost. Not only has he pushed back on the edge of technology, he has continued to make a profit at it. He continued that this reusability of rockets makes SpaceX more viable in the business world. Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley. On the 30th of May 2020, the pair became the first NASA astronauts going into space through the Falcon 9, years after the previous space shuttle mission in 2011 launching from the United States. They returned safely on August 2, 2020, after spending 2 months at the International Space Station. Bob, a veteran of 3 space flights, who most recently served as a Joint Operations Commander on the first crewed flight of SpaceX Crew Dragon, has a lot of positive things to say about SpaceX and Elon Musk. He mentioned that the entire process was nothing he was used to, as he had active parts to play in the production and design of the Falcon 9 along with his partner Doug. He also added that the feeling was different and much more comfortable than his prior travels. Hurley has more to say on the suits as well as seamless movement from Earth to space. The suits are comfortable enough and also efficient to protect you from any hazards. The ship was fully autonomous, but could also be operated manually. They claimed that Elon was actively involved in the development process and that launching and docking felt as if they were inside an animal, safe and comfortable. Commander of the 1972 Apollo 17 lunar landing mission, Eugene Kernan, and the last human to walk on the moon. After a broadcast on CBS News about SpaceX drew criticism that he and Neil Armstrong were not open to space being commercially explored. A clarification was later published that they were not confident in SpaceX achieving cost and safety goals in the near term and only wanted to encourage them. Elon's teary-eyed reaction to the broadcast led 9 Apollo astronauts, including Eugene, to signing a picture of SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch with congratulatory messages. Buzz Aldrin, one of the first 2 humans to set foot on the moon, has warmed up to the idea of SpaceX differing from his initial staunch criticism. He initially called the feat bodacious and was concerned about how humans will survive on Mars. When he met with Musk, he wanted to know what happens after the spacecraft has landed. Where will people live or do there? He claimed that the smart thing to do was to build things up first on the planet. His conviction changed after the successful takeoff of the Falcon 9 space shuttle. He was proud to have American astronauts take off from an American ship into space after years of the last mission and the opening up of space travel again by Elon and SpaceX. Well done again at SpaceX on a successful mission. You're starting to make it look easy, which we know it never is. Don't forget, my friends, space is a risky business, but worth the rewards. Hats off TP at Elon Musk for taking the risk to propel us into the future. Sharry, selected to join NASA in 2017 and commander of the Crew 3 mission of SpaceX to help test space technology for NASA's mission to the moon called Artemis. Along with Thomas Marshburn, Matthias Moore, Kayla Barron was the third crew rotation mission with astronauts on the SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft as part of the agency's commercial crew program. "We'll be able to troubleshoot problems near Earth before flying to the moon," Sharry said. He also lauded the partnership between private and government organizations in making space travel safer and more advanced. "Thousands of people have been working to make sure we're safe. We have complete confidence in the system," he added. Administrator of NASA Private Space Travel, Bill Nelson, who became the second sitting member of Congress to travel into space in 1986, described the achievement as incredible, saying that this feat was an encouragement for commercial space travel. The joint partnership between NASA and SpaceX was a timely innovation, as the speed achieved by SpaceX through the Dragon capsules would have stalled for a long time if it were only limited by NASA. "Elon is giving us results and delivering them quick. This has broadened the horizon of thinking of many experts and key stakeholders in space exploration. SpaceX has made space travel cheaper, efficient, economical, and also safe," he said. Bob Cabana, director of NASA's Kennedy Space Center, who was recently promoted to NASA Associate Administrator, described the launch as fantastic. "It's an amazing time for spaceflight and for human spaceflight," he said. He was thrilled that the Kennedy Space Center was being used again after 9 years of inactivity. Instead of rusting away in salt air, the pad is now being used for commercial space programs. "Great to have SpaceX launching CRS-21 from KSC Pad 39A to keep it supplied. Go Falcon, go Dragon," he tweeted. Thomas Marshburn, a serving member of the SpaceX Crew 3 mission Endurance, is a medical doctor and veteran of launches in space exploration. He will be the resident doctor through the 6-month duration on the mission. "There's actually a huge flight history because this is the same Falcon that's been launching the cargo vehicles, so I think they have proven themselves," he said in a pre-launch interview. He admits that takes pride in the quality of his crew and that he's been able to constantly learn from them during their training. He also adds that SpaceX staff have been great. They are passionate about what they do and genuinely want it to be successful. Their mission is to replace the Crew 2 astronauts via the Dragon Endeavour spacecraft. German-born materials scientist Matthias Moore, also a member of SpaceX Dragon Crew 3 mission Endurance, was in positive spirits during his pre-launch interview. He admitted that it was his first time traveling to space and was looking forward to the experience. Launching the Cosmic Kiss mission, he claims the International Space Station is like a cosmic kiss that sheds light on ignorance and unites us. Kayla Barron, also selected in 2017 to be a NASA astronaut, is the only female on the Endurance crew. She was a member of the first class of women to be commissioned into the submarine community. A well-educated engineer currently serving as a mission specialist of the NASA SpaceX Crew 3 mission and making her debut in space travel. Just like Matthias, they're both excited by the opportunity provided by NASA and SpaceX to be able to experience space. The Cambridge graduate will be working closely with the commander of the mission, Sharry, to ensure that all processes run smoothly. Soichi Noguchi, who has traveled to orbit in 3 different vehicles, when asked to compare the 3 said, "For the record, Dragon is the best." Elon Musk has brought his goals into fulfillment through SpaceX and has opened up the world to his ideas. What do you think comes next? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our unlimited SpaceX for more news on the future.